And it's raining today. At least it's not super windy, although I still can't fly, I guess, if the rain continues. And what's going on today? Some interesting stuff. How about this first one? It's kind of interesting, where people often talk about things like birds and drones. How, for example, you can allow all these birds to swarm in a certain area, you're kind of okay with it, whereas if a small drone flies in an area, it's the end of the world in a lot of cases. Well, how about this one? This one says, stuffed dead birds made into drones could spy on animals or humans. Flapping wing drones camouflaged with the bodies of taxidermy birds could help study flocks of wild birds or enable military spy missions, but they're not yet the most efficient flyers. Can you imagine this afterwards? Are they going to say, for example, ban all birds from the air, or at the same time people become paranoid over it? It says here, a project for incorporating dead birds into flapping wing drones might enable new ways of stealthily snooping on wildlife and possibly spying on people for military purposes. Instead of using artificial materials for building drones, we can use the dead birds and re-engineer them as a drone, says Mustafa Hassanalian, a New Mexico tech. Hassanalian and his colleagues have combined taxidermy bird parts with artificial flapping drone mechanisms to mimic the general appearance and motions of living birds more closely. They have done flight tests with two look-alike bird drones, one combining artificial bird body parts with a real pheasant. It makes you wonder if this is a good idea overall, versus, again, like they say, just a quote, bird drone that looks like a bird but it uses actual artificial parts. How would people react to this? Although for a more, I guess, traditional drone, more news about deliveries. This one says, drone successfully delivers anti-TB drugs to a remote hospital in 30 minutes. Amidst the rolling hills of Utarakan, a marvel of modern technology recently unfolded. A fleet of drones carried 2 kilograms of anti-tuberculosis drugs from AIMS Rishikesh to a hospital in the Tehri Garhwal district region on Thursday. This feat was part of the trial to test the feasibility of using drones for delivery of medical supplies, and the results were nothing short of amazing. Union Health Minister Maskat Manatidia lauded the successful trial, stating that it had to cut the delivery time from 2 long hours to a mere half hour, revolutionizing healthcare delivery using drones. It is quite a significant jump, actually. It doesn't specifically say why there was such a significant difference. For example, is it just using better hardware or software, for example, in terms of managing power and all that? Either way, it's good innovation. And the other big news I read today, apparently the CEO of YouTube has resigned. It says here in their official posting, a personal update from Susan. A personal update from Susan on stepping back from her role as CEO of YouTube. So she starts off by talking about how she's been with the company pretty much from the very beginning, and then afterwards she went on to work on YouTube. And it says, today, after nearly 25 years here, I've decided to step back from my role as the head of YouTube and start a new chapter focused on my family, health, and personal projects I'm passionate about. The time is right for me, and I feel able to do this because we have an incredible leadership team in place at YouTube. When I joined YouTube 9 years ago, one of my first priorities was bringing in an incredible leadership team. Neil Mohan was one of those leaders, and he'll be the SVP and new head of YouTube. It does say she's still sticking around to help out this new person, I guess. So it makes you wonder, is there anything else going on, or is it just a person retiring? And funny enough, in terms of things like Google, maybe this has something to do with it. I know recently in the US, former Twitter executives were pretty much grilled in terms of things like censorship and managing certain news items. And this one I was reading today, just quickly, it says, House Republicans subpoena Apple, Facebook, and Google over content moderation. Rep. Jim Jordan of Ohio, chair of the Judiciary Committee, also sent subpoenas to the CEOs of Amazon and Microsoft. So does this have anything to do with it, where for some reason they are cracking down on a lot of these big companies, and now is the time to get up? Would that be accurate? Although I would think too, if they do let's just say, bring up a representative from Google or whatever, or YouTube, she should still be able to be called up, correct? That's what it seemed like it happened with that Twitter thing I was reading about, where it was all the former executives they were grilling. So it makes me wonder if that's the case. But either way, it's going to be changed, but who knows what that will result in. Okay, no flying today, huh? I have been testing some different things, as some of you may have noticed. What to test out for the drone and stuff. Alright, see you guys later.